Welcome to XALT Ministries. Today we're going to look at the key of C and that dreaded F chord that everyone really hates to try to do. I want to show you two different ways on how to play key of C. Actually, technically three. And they'll all be kind of compact together here. But first off, let's look at the your normal C chord that you usually use for key of G. Okay, we'll be using a C chord. This chord is going to be a mute. 3, 2, open, 1, open. Alright. The next chord we're going to look at is an F chord, but we're going to use a variant, and it's called an F6. And that is where you're going to keep this finger on from your C, and you're going to take these two, and you're going to put them right here, and mute the top. And so you're going to end up having an F6, which is going to be a mute. 3, 3, open, 1, open. Okay? So you have C, and they don't sound too much different either. So like, all right, and now let's go to a normal G chord that we're going to use here. Okay, your normal G chord, if you don't know it from playing the key of G already, is going to be a 3, 2, open, 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 3. Okay, pinky's not doing anything here. And sorry if you cannot see where my hand is. And that's where it's going to be, all right? So now let's look at the next chord on this list, which is going to be an A minor for playing it in the normal setting. Okay, and here's going to be your A minor chord. So before I get into that, now you have a C, F6, a G, and the A minor. And that's going to complete the 4 for your basic playing of the key of C. Once again, your A minor, real quick, is going to be a mute. Open, 2, 2, 1, open. So one song that uses this arrangement is going to be like Cornerstone from Hillsong uses this. A lot of hymnals use key of C. The only difference is instead of using a normal G, many of them will use a G7. Same with the key of G. Instead of using a D, they'll use a D7, or they will use both D and D7 or G and G7 respectively. Real quick, I'll just show you that chord that is not on here, but we'll show you how to do a G7. A G7, your G normally looks like this. You're going to keep those two notes, but you're not going to use those fingers. It's going to be here, here, and way here at the bottom. That's the G7, okay? And it's going to be a 3, 2, open, 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 1, instead of a 3. See, like I'm using my pinky here to fret the 3rd. So that's going to be your normal G and your G7. That's your G7, all right? So I just threw that in there real quick. When you're doing hymnals, you'll need to know that chord. So now that we got the normal set down, let's look at the worship set. This set is quite interesting, really. I really like the way I have it set up, that I've done this before, and really it's going to use the standard C again. It still calls it C, because the note that I'm going to add to this is already in the notes I'm using, and so it doesn't really recognize it as playing two of the same notes on two different octaves. So this is technically standard. It's still called a C. I call it worship C, and that is where you're still going to hold your normal C chord. So hold your normal C chord from here, and then you're going to take your pinky, and you're going to fret 3rd fret of your 1st string right here. And that's going to be your G note. And so you have I call it a C add G note or whatever. And that adds a real nice ring to it. With this set of chords, you will never ever lift off these two fingers. Ever. And that is going to be your 3rd fret 1st string and your 1st fret 2nd string. So these two, this right here, you'll never ever change. Okay, much like on my key of G, I had these two. Now I have these two. All right, so that was your C. The F, very simple. You're going to drop these two down 1, and you're going to mute the top 2 strings, or you can mute the top 1 if you want, if it's a little uncomfortable. And that is going to give you your F. And the actual technical term for this F is called an F add 9. If you just want to call it worship F, that's pretty good with me. That's what I've been calling it. But F add 9 is the official term for this chord. And that is going to be a mute, open, or mute, mute. However you want to do your muting, or if you just don't want to play the strings either. So I'm going to say mute, mute. 3, 2, 1, 3. And that's going to just be those 4 strings. Okay, or if you do the whole 6. So if I have C now, F, all right. Now, let's put those fingers back on, because I took them off to get my hand to rest, because they do get callous, and I call them sausage fingers, because as you can see the big string lines right through them. This is normal. Don't worry if your fingers hurt. That's good. You'll develop calluses, and you'll never feel a thing on your fingers again. Not true, but good thing to say. All right, so we have C, F add 9. Now let's go to the G. G is just simple. It's just pretty much here. So you have C, F, and G, or you can say F, C, G. And you're still going to hold that third down there. Okay? And this is called a G add 11. Okay, that's the official term for this, at least what I'm going to use for this tutorial. There's no muting because you're using that top string. And that's going to be a 3, 2, open, open, 1, 3. I still like doing this because it helps give me a grip. So I have C, F add 9, G add 11. Now I can see the difference. It's a very nice ring to it. Okay, last chord is an A minor 7, and this can be accomplished 2 or 3 different ways, depending on how good you are with bending your fingers and with your tips. You can do this by either, and I'm going to do it like this and like the best that I can. You're going to take your these 2 fingers, and you're going to try to fret like a normal A2, and add this one here, your first fret, second string, and try to bend your pinky into that position where those 2 are from before, and try to take those and bend them here, because here's the thing. This is going to be a little tricky, and if you have a trouble with this, if you have thick enough fingers, you can try to fret both strings with 1 finger. All right? And that's going to give you a normal A minor 7. I don't know why they call A minor 7. It should be A minor. I think this one is A minor 7. And if you cannot do either one of those, just take your first finger and at least get the 4th string 2nd fret. And that's will be actually an A minor 7. Your A minor is when you fret both those strings. So let's just call it A minor, and I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a mute, open, 2, 2. See, I'm already trying to do that. Let's just do it this way. Is a mute. Sorry, if I can get that right. Mute, open, 2, 2, 1, 3. All right, and so that is going to do it for worship C, and this is when I will give you a good finger exercise. We got C, F add 9, G add 11, and A minor. Okay, that is going to be worship C. So now we know normal C, which is C, F6, G, A minor. And worship C. C, or C add G, whatever you want to call it. Get it right? F add 9, A minor 7, and G add 11. Okay, if you are having trouble trying to do this, we're going to use a method that I'm very sorry I completely forgot to discuss in the key of B video. I did it in, the key of A video and the key of B video actually, but I did in the G, and it's called a method called Center of the Universe. I think I have it right here. This is from doing the video on the key of G. Whatever chords you are trying to help put into your mix of whatever chords you know should go in the outer circle. Excuse me. The chord you're trying to muscle memory in should go in the center. The point of this exercise is to play 4 beats or 2 beats, or you can play 8 beats. It doesn't matter, or 4 strums. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch 1. Okay, and you're gonna play this chord and then play this chord. and then play this chord, and then play this chord. I trust you go back, do it twice, and then play this chord, and play this chord, and this chord, and this chord. If you think you got it good enough, start doing like here, here, and then go around. But always come back to this one because it's one you're practicing. It's a mythical center of the universe. At least that's the name of it that I've learned. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. I so far have done G, A, B. This is C. The only ones I have to do left are D and E. If you notice, I did leave off F because I don't really have a good enough method for playing F without capo. I like to play F, capo 1, playing key of E. Key of E is actually one of my favorite keys to do, but key of D is one I very recently learned different things to do. That will be in the next video, and then will be key of E, and we'll be done with chords and on to some more technical stuff like strumming patterns, counting measures, care of the guitar, etc. So let's get to the next video, which is key of D, right now.